Welcome to Home Cooking with Holly. Today we're going to make chicken Milanese. What is Milanese? Well, it is an Italian style of making chicken. It's pounded thin, breaded, and fried, and it's delicious. And I'm going to tell you some gluten-free options as well. To start out, I'm going to prepare my chicken breasts. Just cutting off that bristly, fatty layer. And this white, silvery skin. You don't want that. Does not make for pleasant eating. What you can do with these scraps, though, is save them in the freezer, and when you get enough, you can boil them and make a great stock. Okay, I'm gonna press down, and I think this one's thick enough I can get 3, so I'm gonna make a slice lengthwise. There's 1. Oh yeah, it's thick. And we're gonna do 2. All right, 2 cuts, 3 slices. And don't worry that that one's thin. You want them to be thin. In fact, I won't have to pound them thin because I'm cutting them so thin. So it's kind of a bonus. See that silver skin? We don't want that at all. It's tough and chewy. Definitely not pleasant. Now when these little nuggets come off, I do actually save those and I keep them for stir fries. This one I'm just gonna get 2 out of. There we go. Okay, and now our chicken is ready. Since I cut mine so thin, we don't need to pound them thin. But if I hadn't, this is where you would pound them thin. You can use a rolling pin, you can use a meat tenderizer, but you want to use the smooth side. I'm just going to pat these dry with paper towels because I want my breading to stick. Give my hands a wash and then we'll set up our breading station. Okay, so here's my breading station, and what I have is some flour, some egg, and I put a little bit of half and half in there and whisked it up just lightly. And then I have panko breadcrumbs over here. Now, if you want to make this gluten-free, you can. You can actually use 3 parts of rice flour, 2 parts of like a potato starch, and 1 part of a tapioca flour or starch. And you can use that to substitute for your flour. And then panko, and there are other brands, this is just the one that I use, they do make a gluten-free breadcrumb, so you'll be able to have your breadcrumbs as well. Now when we're breading, you want a wet hand and a dry hand, okay? So I'm going to take a piece of the chicken, put it into my flour, coat that. If you don't do a wet hand and dry hand, your hands will end up very gummy. You can also use tongs for this. I'm just pretty much a hands-on girl. Then I'm going to put it into the egg, back to my wet hand. And then I like to scoop up some of my breadcrumbs so that I have them ready, and just coat it with the breadcrumbs. Press them down a little bit. When you're breading chicken as well, you can add different herbs. I'm not going to do that for my Milanese, but you can, just breading chicken in general. You can also add Parmesan cheese to the breadcrumbs. Makes a nice touch too. Set that one down, grab another one into the flour. Shake off the excess and into the egg and half. If you don't want to use milk or cream or half and half with your egg, you can also just add some water. You just need a little bit to thin that egg out. And into my breadcrumbs. And again, I'll shake off excess and set it on my platter. And I'm just gonna do that until I'm done with all of my chicken and everything's breaded. All right, over a medium-high heat, I am going to warm up about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And once that starts to shimmer, it'll be hot enough to add my breaded chicken. Okay, you can see that my oil has started to shimmer. So now it's time to add in my chicken. And since I have a lot of chicken, I'm going to do this in 2 batches. Okay, I'm gonna use some tongs. Pick up some of my chicken and lay it away from me. Always go away from you because you do not want to splatter yourself with hot oil. I think I can do about 3 in this batch. It's starting to sizzle already. And it's only going to take 3 or 4 minutes per side because these chicken breast halves are so thin. Okay, it's been about 2 minutes, sizzling away. And I will be flipping those over here in just about another minute, minute and a half. All right, let's flip them over. Ah, nice and brown. That's what we like to see. Now I'm going to go about another 3 to 4 minutes on this side. And this batch is done, so I am going to let it drain on some paper towels just because we had that oil. And as you can see, I need more oil to do my second batch, so I'm going to add some more in here. And after I put them here to drain, I do like to hit them with just a little bit of salt. Helps the flavor to pop. And now I'm going to start the second batch. Second batch going in. That's a long one. All right. I'm going to squeeze this one in there. Perfect. Okay, and we start again. 3 to 4 minutes on this side, flip it over, and then 3 to 4 minutes on the other side. And when my chicken is sizzling away, I've got some grape tomatoes. So these are pretty big grape tomatoes. And what you want to do is just slice them in half, or since these are so big, I would do 3rds or 4ths. But I have a little handy container here where I push down and slide a knife through. And it cuts them for me.
Now I've put those tomatoes onto a bed of spinach. You may also use kale if you prefer.
I'm going to add some salt and pepper. Gotta have my best friends here. Then I'm actually going to add some lemon juice. Now I don't have a fresh lemon right now, so concentrate's gonna have to do. And I'm gonna put my finger over the top like this, just so it doesn't spill out too quickly, and just kind of drizzle it over. And I'm gonna drizzle it with a little olive oil as well. And the best part, Parmigiano Reggiano. I'm gonna grate some of this on here. It's gonna add immense umami flavor. And then you can either set your chicken on it to serve, or if you prefer, you can slice it up first. Okay, I sliced mine up a bit. Now just a tiny bit more Parmigiano Reggiano on there, just to top it off. You can do another splash of lemon juice if you like. And this is ready to devour. Let's give it a taste. I like to get a little bit of everything in my bite. That was a big bite. Chicken is crispy. The lemon is refreshing. That cheese just brings out that nuttiness and saltiness. It's delicious. I hope you'll try this recipe. Please let me know in the comments down below if you do. And please like and subscribe and follow me for more recipes and cooking tips.